So it's a real pleasure, Julie Wainwright, to have you on this video this morning. Uh, your experience is particularly appropriate for the economy that we're in because after 2008, the world changed, particularly here in the United States. Suddenly, the conspicuous middle-class economy that we'd all had become accustomed to changed dramatically, and yet people still had aspirations of things they wanted to have in terms of lifestyle. And you created a business called The Real Real. And tell us about that because it's a fascinating story.
So The Real Real is luxury consignment. It's only online. But my inspiration was I was shopping with a girlfriend, and this is someone who I wouldn't have thought would have ever bought something previously owned. We were in a full retail store that had a little bit of consignment in the back. And that's where she spent all of her money. And when I asked her, why is that? She goes, "Are you kidding me? This is Chanel, it's Prada, it's Gucci. I can resell this when I'm done. This is a great deal." And this is someone who has made a lot of money, but she's very smart. So in starting to probe how people are changing after 2008, it was such a jolt, and it was a jolt felt specifically in the US, but also around the world. And people started thinking about what they were doing and how to be smarter about everything. So in seeing this behavior and then looking at the disaggregation in the consignment world and the fact that it's too hard to get really great product by running around all day long, people don't have time. So I thought if I can pull this product together in one place and authenticate it and inspect it so people know they're getting a beautiful product at a really good deal, I should have a huge market. And we're not quite 3 years old, and we're on track to be way over 100 million this year.
Wow. Well, it's an amazing story. And what I love about how you think about things was obviously the online experience meant that we had many more choices. But the way you expressed it was that it isn't just thinking of more choice, it's about thinking smarter. And that this ability to have people who kind of have in mind that they know brands, they know style, they understand fashion, and to be able to do things in a smarter way sounds like a really distinctive position for The Real Real.
Well, it's all about the product. So I think this is one of the things that people, when they create a business, sometimes they forget. And a lot of e-commerce companies are created about efficiency, which is certainly important. And, I always view Amazon's got that. They've got efficiency, they've got every single product, but they don't have unique product. Yeah. And it really is about things that people have an affinity toward or that creates. So it has a residual value. So what we see is people buy and then they reconsign. So maybe they use it for 6 months and then they reconsign the item and use that money to buy again.
So that's really interesting. So your customers are actually your suppliers in some ways because they try something, they say, gee, I'd like to try something else. The product is still perfectly good. It may be exciting to someone else, but they want to move on. And so how do you build that ecosystem of getting your customers to also realize that they can be your providers as well?
It started happening naturally, and we sort of hoped it would. And so now we're trying to make it even easier. So the original premise was people will buy and reconsign, and hopefully our buyers will be our sellers and our sellers will be our buyers. And that's where the leverage is in the model, if you just go from a financial standpoint. And it started happening so quickly. So some products we've sold 4 times already. Mostly things that are more handbags or leather goods, but some pieces of jewelry we've sold 4 times. And what happened is people are smart. So if you create a mechanism, then people figure things out. And they're like, well, if I resell this, it would have cost me $100 and I've had it for a year and I can use that money to buy something else. But now we're putting consignment kits and making it free when you check out. We're reminding people. We've got a wait list. So we have 40,000 things requested every day. So we can say to someone, hey, we know you bought this. We've got 20,000 buyers for that one item. So when you're ready, let us know. So we've got enough tagging on the site so we can be really smart about it. And then just creating a product like a consignment kit that's free is getting people who wouldn't have done it naturally to rethink it, and it's working. So that's really exciting. But still, most of our product does come from people's consigning for the first time, and then they start buying. Once we get them buying, then they reconsign. And the cool thing is it goes across every economic class and every age. So I haven't met too many people that have a business where 18 to 25-year-olds are so excited, but people over 55 are also excited. So we get a lot of calls from people that say, oh, I've never ever shopped online, but I have to now. So it's pretty exciting.